YouTube channel. My name is Lali, but everyone calls me Lali. And I'm starting up a business called Crochet by Lali. I've been crocheting since I was 15 during COVID because I wanted something productive to do during COVID. And this is my first ever YouTube video on this channel. So for today, I decided that I'll show you guys all the things I've crocheted in 2025 since 2025 is almost over. And I really wanted to make one of these videos ever since I saw multiple people doing them. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys all the stuff I crocheted in 2025, and I did crochet a lot during this year. Some of them I already gave away and some of them I still have, but let's get on to the video. Okay, let's start off with the wearables. I actually started making wearables this year, but I have made a skirt in 2023, but at 2023 I didn't know like the whole basis of making wearables, so all the old skirts I have from 2023, they weren't steamed, but this year I did buy a steamer when I learned that I had to steam wearables. So I made a skirt this year, and then I made a top because I was turning 21 this year and I wanted to make a birthday dress for me. But then I realized I don't like two pieces, so I sewed them together and I made this beautiful dress. It's really pretty, but I never ended up wearing it for my birthday because I got really uncomfortable after I wore it, but it's really pretty. I really like this one. The second thing I have on the list is this hexagon cardigan. I don't know how I feel about this because I feel like it's weird. This year on September I did end up getting really sick, so I made this cardigan when I was sick, but when I was making it I ran out of yarn, which is why I feel like the sleeves are really weird to me. But it's really soft and I like the color. It's just that the sleeves are kind of wide for me. The next thing I have, I made this during Halloween time. I made this spiderweb sweater. I like this one. I'm gonna insert a picture of me wearing it because I actually did take a lot of pictures in this. It was really cute. The only thing is obviously it has like a lot of holes, so it could get tangled up really easily, but otherwise it's actually really cute. I really like this one. I'm probably gonna make another one but in a different color because I really loved making this one. I love making it, but the measurements were kind of confusing for me. The last wearable I made this year was this skirt. It's cute. I'm probably gonna give it away to someone or sell it because it doesn't look good on me. But it's one of my favorite things. It's one of my favorite skirts that I made. This yarn is actually my favorite colored yarn. It's really pretty. I made a bunch of stuff with this, which I'm going to show you right now because the next category is bags, and I made a lot of bags with this yarn. Okay, so apparently I only made one bag with that yarn. I think I gave away the other ones for birthday presents. But I made this star bag. I was obsessed with making star bags. Here's another one with like a different color. There was a time of the year where I was obsessed with making star bags for some reason. But it was one of my favorite projects to make. Another bag that I made was this heart bag. This heart bag took me forever to figure out because the heart wasn't coming out right until I finally decided to do it again, and it actually came out good. I steamed it, but the thing is I feel like I shouldn't have steamed it because now it looks like this. I felt like if it was stiff, it would have looked better. But I am not trying this pattern again because it was so confusing for me. But it's really cute otherwise. Another bag, the last bag I made was this tote bag. I use this sometimes. I use this whenever I go yarn shopping. Or whenever whenever I go yarn shopping, I use this. But obviously I made it too small, so all the yarn doesn't fit in it. But it's really cute. I really like this one. It's one of my used bags that I've ever made. Okay, the next things I have, I'm not gonna count this as a category because I didn't make that much of it. But the next things I have are blankets. I made this baby blanket, but I never ended up giving it to the person that I was going to give it to because I ended up making him a new one. I ended up making the baby a new one. I'm gonna insert a picture right here. I ended up giving it to him giving it to his mom on Christmas, because I felt like that blanket was better than this one. And because I made this when the baby was born and the baby obviously grew. So I had to make him a new one. The next blanket I made, I'm trying to unravel it, was this blanket. You guys should see the pattern. You guys should see the pattern. I love making corner to corner blankets because I feel like it's easier. But this blanket is really cute. I made it over summer, I think. Over summer I made this. I made my best friend a corner to corner blanket last year for Christmas, and that was my first blanket I've ever made. Of corner to corner, I made other blankets, but that was the first corner to corner blanket I've ever made. The next category is hats. So the first one I have is this black beanie, and this red beanie. They're the same thing, but obviously different color. I love making beanies. I love making beanies ever since I learned a new technique that will look even better than the beanies that I made before. But I made these about a week ago. And they were my favorite things. The thing is, I actually had trouble doing head measurements for the beanies. But I'm really surprised that these ones actually came out better than the other ones that I've made. Okay, so the next things on this category are cat beanies. I made this one with red heart yarn. I made these one with this pretty color of yarn. It's really cute. I made another one of the same yarn, and then I made this one. This one is supposed to be inspired by Angel Dust from Hazbin Hotel. He's one of my favorite characters in the show, so I decided to make a cat beanie inspired by him, and I really like this one. It's one of my favorite things to make. It was one of my favorite things to actually make because it was actually really cute. I really like this one. The last thing on this category is this bandana. It's really cute. It's really cute. I just don't wear it because every time I tie it, the ties get really stuck on my hair, and it hurts so much. So I just don't wear it, but it's really cute. I'm gonna probably sell this on Depot, which is gonna be on the description below. But it's really cute. I really like this one. I also made other cat beanies of red heart yarn. This year I loved making cat beanies because I feel like it was a faster project. But these cat beanies, I actually made them during June when the new season of Genie in Georgia came out, because I was watching Genie in Georgia and I wanted to make a lot of crochet items. So I ended up making these. I only made 3 cat beanies because I got really interested in Genie in Georgia that I stopped crocheting. So those were the only cat beanies I've actually made this year. This one I'm not going to count as a category because I only made one. I made a scarf. It's actually really cute. And then I made little tassels on it. It's really cute. It was a really fun project to make. But I don't know if I'm gonna wear it. I'm probably gonna sell this again. All of these stuff I'm actually gonna sell. So link my Depot on the description so you guys can order. The next thing I made was this hammock. I did use it for a while, but it kept on being like really weak on my wall because I used it for my stuffed animals, but I used push pins, and obviously the push pins were really weak to hold up. So I'm trying to find, like, I'm trying to see what I could do. I'm probably gonna buy nails to hang this up because I really want my stuffed animals to be on here. But that was the only hammock I made. Okay, now let's get into the last category, which is amigurumi. I didn't make much amigurumis because I stopped making them this year, which is why I started making like hats, blankets, hammocks, scarves, and wearables. So I'm going to show you guys the amigurumis I made this year. So starting off, I made a bunch of ducks. I made this one with chenille yarn. I made a jumbo duck, and it's actually really cute. It's really soft. I don't use chenille yarn because I find it hard to work with. So I just use like acrylic yarn on amigurumis because I feel like they look better than chenille yarn. But this was the jumbo duck I made. And then, as I said, I made multiple ducks. These are smaller than this one, obviously, but I really prefer these ones than I do with the chenille yarn because they actually come out really cute, and they're just so small. I love them so much. And I made a bunch of these, so I'm only going to bring out one because I don't want to like hold them all at the same time. I made a bunch of Pokemon balls for my first market. I didn't end up selling Pokemon balls at my market, which was kind of sad because I made them for the market. But I think they look really cute. I gave one to my brother because he wanted one, but that was the only one that I actually managed to give out. But they look really cute. I really like these. I'm not a big fan of Pokemon, but I really like these ones. And the last thing I made this year, again, I'm only gonna bring out one because I actually did end up making all of these, like a bunch of these for my market. I made a bunch of strawberries. I made pink strawberries, but they're in my closet. I did end up selling these strawberries at my market, but not that much. But I really like these ones because they look so cute. Okay, this is me after I was done filming my video. So while I was putting all my stuff back in the boxes, I realized that I forgot 2 amigurumi crochet stuff that I made. So I ended up making this Snoopy pumpkin for Halloween. I made another one for my brother's birthday, and he has it in his room right now. And I just think it's really cute. And then the other thing I made was the little birdie from K-pop Demon Hunters. I was gonna make the tiger, but I keep on forgetting to get the colored yarn that the tiger gets. But these were the only 2 things that I forgot to show you guys in the video. And that's all I've crocheted this year for 2025. So I am really excited for the new year, and hopefully next year I'll crochet even more stuff than I did this year. But I hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and have a happy new year. I'll be linking my TikTok, Instagram, and Depop on the description below. But anyways, yeah, see you guys next time.